Hi, my name is Corey, and today I'm going to share with you the benefits of alkaline water. Um, there's been a lot of buzz recently about the benefits of alkaline water, and I was at first very skeptical. My brother actually turned me on to alkaline water, and I noticed for myself a huge difference in my life, and anybody who's otherwise healthy will definitely notice an increase in energy, notice less fatigue, you'll sleep better at night, you won't be sore after working out, the lactic acid is dealt with very well. So just those are just some very high-level benefits that the average person who might not have any health complications will actually benefit from. So let's just start with kind of the history of alkaline water. Alkaline water, or oftentimes is referred to as miracle water. And this miracle water has been coming naturally from a few sources around the earth. One of them is Lourdes, France, if you're familiar with the miracles at Lourdes. There's a place called Hunza in Pakistan and another called Tecolote, Mexico. And so in these places, this water occurs naturally. It's very high alkaline, like 9.5 on the alkaline scale, the pH balance. And it has a couple more properties, though, that are very interesting, and I'm going to go ahead and get into those. The alkaline water actually in villages around these places where this water naturally occurs, there is virtually no sickness and disease. Some of them boast of an average age of between 110 and 120 years. So alkaline water is definitely something that has been overlooked. And here in America we have more pills, more doctors, more hospitals, more spent on healthcare than anywhere else in the world, yet we're like number 48 on the longevity list. So why is that? As a matter of fact, the average cancer diagnosis, for example, is worth about $300,000 to the medical industry or the pharmaceutical industry, and actually staying just one night and one day of cancer treatment costs about $30,000. In fact, the number one reason for bankruptcy in America is medical expenses, even for people who have a medical coverage. I used to be an insurance broker, a health insurance broker, so I've dealt with a lot of people who are going through those. So very high level again. People who would benefit the most from alkaline water are people who are suffering from acid reflux, heart disease, arthritis, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, cancer, chronic fatigue, ulcers, osteoporosis, constipation, diabetes, overweight or obesity, fibromyalgia, psoriasis and eczema, gout, and headaches, just to name a couple of the benefits of alkaline water. So this fresh, healthy alkaline water has three main properties to it that set the body into a perfect homeostasis in order for the immune system to function properly and optimally. The first one of these properties is actually, we'll talk about the alkalinity first. So the alkalinity, the human body should be about a 7.3 on the pH scale. So if you look at the pH scale, we're going to go ahead and actually I'm going to visualize this for you. I'm going to paint a very clear picture of the pH scale for you here in just a second. We're going to do a science experiment that is going to be really cool. My daughter loves it. All the kids in the neighborhood love this experiment. So when we eat foods and when we do things, our body actually naturally creates like hydrochloric acid in the stomach to digest the food, and it dissolves the food before it can go into our digestive system. And it's very acidic at that point, but before it can go into our intestines, the body has to actually alkalize it again. So it grabs calcium and magnesium and potassium from the body to alkalize it, to bring it from like a 2.5, very acidic on the pH scale, back up to about an 8.0, so it can go through the body. So that's what alkaline does in the body. The duodenum actually takes the calcium and the other minerals from the blood, and it squirts this fluid into this acidic mixture of acid and food to bring it back alkaline. And if your body doesn't have enough alkalinity in it, then it will naturally start to look for to bring alkalinity out of the bones, and it will actually cause osteoporosis. It'll cause arthritis, So it actually brings your body into what is called a state of acidosis if you don't have enough alkalinity in your body. So just looking at like tap water comes out between 7 and 8 pH by law, so it doesn't rust the city pipes. Most places don't really use metal pipes, but if they did, that's why they did it. You know, the recipe hasn't changed. They add lye and about 200 other chemicals to the water to bring it to an alkaline state so it didn't rust the pipes. If you look at something like bottled water, comes out on an average of about 2.5 on the pH scale, which is very acidic. Or no, bottled water is 5.0 on the scale. Soda is a 2.5. So I'm definitely going to illustrate that for you here in a moment. Another part of the water is actually called the antioxidant value. So if we think of antioxidants, something like green tea, it's considered a -60. And why is this good? Well, because the human body, according to Dr. Otto Warburg, a Nobel Prize winner in 1931, said that the human body needs to stay below a positive 25 charge. And when the body becomes too high of a charge, in other words, too many free radicals, then we are susceptible to all types of sickness and disease, including cancer. And this is back in the 1920s and 30s that Dr. Warburg discovered this. So very telling that this is very obviously something that is connected to cancer and sickness and disease. So as antioxidants are concerned, again, green tea is like -60, which is really good. Tap water is a positive 250, so we're drinking free radicals if you drink tap water. It actually goes up to positive 400 in some areas. Soda is a positive 450, and so are all of your drinks, the sports drinks, energy drinks. All of those have a very high free radical or proton content. The Japanese actually call this dead water. So let me demonstrate something for you. Here we're gonna test something. We're gonna test Aquafina, and we're going to test Dasani and Evian, some of the favorite staple drinks of us here in the United States. And we're also going to test diet soda. I chose 7-Up because it's clear. So we're going to go ahead and test these. I've got all 4 of these. I'm going to line them up right here. The first one is Aquafina. And what I'm going to do in each one of these is I'm going to just dump some water into each one of these glasses. And this is going to be tested with the chemical that is called phenol red. It's what they use to test the pH balance of pools, and I'm sure you've seen it around before. And this is very interesting. This is something that really caused me to have an awakening as far as what I'm putting in my body. So here to demonstrate this absolutely scientifically and just definitely to show you, this is the alkaline scale. So the alkaline scale, if you're orange, that means you're acidic. This is 2.5 and below on the pH scale, and then you get up into the green and the blue, which is neutral. The human body is naturally 7.3, and then you get all the way up here into the blues and the purples, which is very alkaline, which is good. So let's say like this is 9.5 and above in the purple scale, purple on the scale. So we're going to go ahead and test these things. The first one we're going to test is Aquafina. I'm going to drop some of this phenol red in here, and as you can see, each one of these is coming out on the acid alkaline scale very, very dark, except for Evian, which comes out about neutral. So these things that we're looking at have actually a very low pH balance. So these are very acidic. These are about a 5. This soda here is about a number 2, and the Evian comes out about neutral, what you get from tap water. So one more thing that I want to test though right here, and this is what I use to alkalize myself. I'm going to go ahead and test some Kangen water. It's made, there's a company called ERAGIC out of Japan that actually reverse engineer the water that comes from these sources that I mentioned earlier, and they reverse engineered all the properties. They reverse engineered it and made it into a piece of a technology that actually sits on the countertop. So when we test this water, it comes out very alkaline. It comes out very purple, if you can see that, which is very good drinking water for everyday drinking. So when we examine the properties, I'm going to show you one more thing, but one more thing I want to share with you also is that the alkaline water, say that comes from an alkalized ionized machine that we can get right here, in the kitchen, is actually considered microclustered. Now, microclustered is not a scientific term. It describes a concept. And so, for example, when we heat water up to make tea, it excites the molecules and they separate from each other. When we put the tea bag in, it absorbs into the tea and it makes tea, into the bags and makes tea. This water right here, it uses electricity to excite the molecules. It gives them a supercharge of antioxidant or electrons, and that excites them, and it becomes they separate. So when you drink this water right here, the benefit of this is that compared to something like any of these right here, even tap water, when you drink tap water and bottled water, your body doesn't absorb really any more than 17% of it because the molecules are very big, and when they come into the cell, into the cellular membrane in the body will actually not even be able to absorb that. But these molecules are so small that actually when we drink it, your body absorbs all of it. 100% of it is absorbed when you drink water out of an alkalized ion machine like the ERAGIC machine that makes Kangen water that we have right here in the house. So this is very interesting. I'm going to take a little bit of this soda right here, and I'm going to start over here with the Aquafina, and just a little bit of this alkaline water can undo all of the terrible things that we've been doing to our bodies. It can bring us back into a state of alkalinity, except for definitely right here soda. We're going to go ahead and keep checking this and that soda right there is so poisonous for you with such a high acidic level and full of aspartame and so many chemicals that it would actually take 10 gallons of alkaline water to undo the effects of what this water does to you or of what soda does to you if you should drink it. This stuff is very poisonous and very bad for you. So just to wrap it up, the great news is how you can get healthy alkaline water benefits right in your own home. As I said, the Japanese reverse engineered this quote-unquote miracle water. Now, the water itself does not heal anything. It doesn't cure any diseases, but it supercharges your own immune system so that your body can attack anything that is seen as foreign or disease or sickness and bring your body into the optimum level of living. So into an optimum health level. So they built this machine that recreates all three of the properties. So as I said, this miracle water shows up in actually 4 places in the world, and the 5th place is on countertops all over the world. This is a 40-year-old technology. It's compact. It sits on the counter, and it converts tap water instantly into this alkalized, ionized water, and and there's actually meetings that happen all over the country every single week. And if you want to leave me your contact information, if you can visit my website, alkaline-waterbenefits.com, and just shoot me an email or give me a call, I'll show you where you can actually try this water for free. You can try it for 21 days. There's places all over the country that are meeting, and just a ton of good people that are discovering the incredible benefits of alkaline water. So we have no idea what the healthcare industry is going to look like in a year or 5 years down the road, but we know that it's probably not good. So the best thing that I recommend is that you keep your immune system capable of keeping you healthy for over 100 years or even longer and staying healthy. So this journey, as I said, has been absolutely amazing for my family and I. And again, as you know, I used to be a health insurance broker. I was actually a youth pastor for several years, so I visited people in the hospital. I've seen people at their worst. And I only wish I knew then what I do know now. So I hope this really helped you to understand the benefits of alkaline water. And please seek it out for yourself and see if there's somewhere where you can find a place to sample this alkaline water to see what kind of benefits you get. Again, visit my website, alkaline-waterbenefits.com, to get more information. I wish you all the best, and stay tuned. I'll have some more videos coming out. Thank you.